Hey, how's it going? Aaron Chen here, hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, then you might be on YouTube and you might be searching for how to generate wealth, right? How to build more wealth, how to earn more money in your life, okay? So over the next few minutes, I'm gonna be sharing with you 3 simple steps that you can use starting today to start to build your asset class and your wealth out, okay? It's actually very straightforward if you know what you're doing, but a lot of people don't really understand this, so I'm going to sort of demystify this, and at the end of it you might be like, that's interesting, I probably already knew that, but you know, are you taking action on it, okay? So first thing that you really need to do, all right, to creating wealth, and this might come to a surprise to a lot of people, is you must have regular income. Okay, if you don't have regular income, it's very difficult for you to springboard yourself into step number 2, which I'll be talking about in a second. So when I'm talking about regular income, I am talking about, yes, a job, a job. All right, if you don't have a job, you know, preferably a decent paying job, then it's going to be very difficult for you to move to the next step, right? Because if you think about it, without regular income, you're not going to be able to look after yourself, right? And when I'm talking about looking after yourself, I'm talking about the bare necessities. I'm talking about putting food on the table. I'm talking about being able to put a roof over your head. I'm talking about being able to take a shower at the end of every day, right? To get refreshed. I'm talking about having a roof over your head so that you can sleep and you can recharge and you can be comfortable, right? These are all basic things. If you're worrying about stuff like this, it's gonna be very difficult for you to get to the next step, all right? So if you're watching this video right now and you don't have a job, you know, maybe you're on welfare, maybe you are unemployed for whatever reason, you gotta try very hard, okay, to get out there and find something. All right, you can figure it out. No matter who you are, you will be able to get something. All right, don't be lazy, okay? If you're at home thinking, oh, you know, I'm lazy to work, then you know it's gonna be very difficult for you to build wealth. All right, you need that strong foundation first and foremost, right? And it doesn't matter who you are anywhere in the world. If you're watching this, if you have a mobile phone, if you have access to the internet, you can get a job. All right, it's a very basic thing that you should be able to get anywhere in the world. Okay, so that's the first step. Once you get a job, what you want to be doing is every single month when you get your paycheck, okay, you want to be saving a portion of that money for your for your business fund. Okay, something that I call your future fund. All right, your future fund. Now, how much should you be saving? Well, as much as possible, to be honest. But if you can save, you know, 20, 30, 40% of your monthly salary every single month, that's a really good start, okay? Because most people can't even save anything, right? Most people go paycheck to paycheck. But here's the interesting thing, right? No matter where you are in the world, whether you live in Australia, Asia, you know, Malaysia, Singapore, the US, Canada, it doesn't matter where you are, a lot of people work paycheck to paycheck. That's normal, okay? But if you practice something that I call delayed gratification, okay, that means that you want to scale your life back as much as you can. So stop eating out, stop spending money on things that you don't need, like, you know, on the latest sneakers, on that latest sweater, that latest t-shirt, that latest shirt, whatever it is, you know, the latest iPhone 10. You don't need any of that stuff, okay? Scale your life back, all right? Practice delayed gratification. Only spend money on the things that you need, the things that you want, okay? In the future, don't do that today. If you do that, you're going to be able to save quite a lot of money, okay? Be clever, be resourceful, be clever, be creative on how you can save more money. And I bet you if you take a piece of paper and you write down some of the things that you can save money on, you will figure it out, okay? All the basic stuff like, yeah, paying your bills, paying your rent, you know, obviously buying you know, enough food to eat 3 meals a day, that sort of thing, all that stuff's normal, right? But if you look at other parts of your life, like, you know, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, partying, buying things that you don't need, buying things that you don't need is actually a big part of it, okay? Spending money on activities that you know aren't really going to help move you forward in your life, okay? All those things, if you can scale back, you can save a little bit of money. Now, what do you do with that money, okay? So once you're saving 30-40% every single month, you get yourself to a place where you've got enough of an investment pool. You take that money and you invest it in a business, okay? Because a business is the only way that you're going to be able to double, triple, quadruple, 10x, 20x, 30x your income. It's the only way, okay? The thing about a job is great, all great and good, but there are the 2 major problems with a job. Number 1, you're working for someone else, so your time is limited, right? So from 8:30, 9 o'clock all the way until 5, 6, 7 p.m. every single day, no matter how much harder you work, unless you're in sales, of course, but normally with most jobs, it doesn't matter how hard you work, you're always gonna get the same paycheck, right? So let's just say your paycheck is $5,000 every single month. You're not gonna be able to 10x that a month by staying in your job, right? I mean, no matter how hard you work, unless you get a promotion, and the only way that you can get a promotion is if you work really, really hard and you're really good at what you do. Maybe you might get a promotion, you know, once every couple of years or every 3 years or so, right? Something like that, that's the average. Then and only then will your salary go up. And when it goes up, it usually only goes up by like 10 or 15%. You know, if you're lucky, right? So in order for you to 10x your income, it's very difficult by doing it through a job, through a job, right? But a job is a necessary evil, right? That's something that's going to help you get by. It's going to feed you, it's going to feed your family, it's going to get you your bare necessities for now, and it's going to get you to save your future fund, okay? Then what you do is you take your future fund, you invest in a business, but not just any business, okay? You want to invest in an online business, a technology business. Why? Well, because an online business is the only business that you can start for relatively little money compared to an offline business, right? So if you were to start like a brick and mortar business, an offline business, that will cost you easily $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, depending on what you want to do, right? If you want to start a franchise like a McDonald's franchise, that will cost you easily $200,000 to $300,000. You'd probably have to take a huge loan from the bank and put down a big down payment, maybe 10, 20, 30% of the borrowed amount, okay? Now, if you start an online business, it's not going to cost you $50,000 to $300,000. It's still going to cost you some money. You know, you need at least a few $1,000s to get started, definitely, okay? If you think you can start any online business without spending even a few hundred or a few $1,000s, then I would recommend don't get into business, okay? Because the whole business world is not for you. Remember that you need that investment pool to keep you going, and I talk about this a lot in my videos, okay? Now, if you get that and you start your business, the great thing about a online business is, well, a few things. Number one is relatively inexpensive. Number two, is very low barriers to entry, okay? That means you can start it from the comfort of your home. All you need is an internet connection, a decent computer. You don't need to have to rent out a property. You don't need a plan. You don't need to, you know, renovate the place. You don't need to buy all the, you know, kitchen equipment or hire people, pay insurance. You don't have to do any of that stuff, okay? Which is why it's so great. But yes, you still need to invest in the necessary basic tools that you need to keep your business going, to keep your lights on, okay? If you don't have that money, your business is gonna be here today, you're gonna have to shut it down tomorrow, unfortunately. You're gonna have to shut down your virtual business, okay? And that means, you know, whether that means shutting down your autoresponders, shutting down your funnel builders, shutting down your traffic, you're still having to shut down your business because, yes, it does cost a little bit to keep the lights on, to keep your websites running. I hope that makes sense, okay? But the other great thing about an online business is you don't have a particular town or city that you can market to. You can literally cross borders and market to people all over the world. So if you're in the US, you can market to people all the way in Australia. If you're in Australia, you can market to people all the way in Asia. If you're in Asia, you can market to people all the way in Scotland or Canada. It's brilliant. It's the most brilliant business model that I've ever seen in my life, okay? So again, you can be from anywhere. You could be living in some little town in the center of Australia, okay, in some desert town, and you could get access to the internet and you can be marketing to people in big capital cities all over the world. It's the most amazing thing, okay? So your market is not capped, which is why you can scale your income, because all you have to do is scale the amount of people that's seeing your stuff, and all of a sudden your profit levels just go bang, okay? They just go boom like that, right? But obviously you need to know what you're doing here before you can scale up your traffic here. I hope that makes sense, okay? The other cool thing is that you can use leverage points in a technology business, okay? What am I talking about leverage points? Well, the problem with an offline business is the only leverage point that you really have is your people, right? You're limited by the amount of people that you can hire. So if you want to scale out your business or open up new outlets, you have to, number one, open up a new outlet, which costs money to start. And the second thing is you have to hire more people in order to fill those outlets, right? So if you don't hire more people or pay more salaries, you're not able to scale. The beauty about the internet is that you can use leverage points like webinars or videos or traffic to work for you even though you're not there, right? So a lot of the videos that I create, so just think about this, right? I've got probably 180 videos right now on my YouTube channel. Now, whether I'm sick or sleeping or up or working or traveling on holiday, whatever, my videos never get tired, right? So they're continuously working for me day in and day out. I've got webinars that are running 24/7, right? They're automated webinars. They're running 24/7. They're selling people into my stuff 24/7, right? Even the traffic that I generate, a lot of it is on autopilot, right? Because most of my traffic comes from YouTube. So I don't even pay YouTube for any of that traffic, but I've built it up in such a way that people find my videos and they're continuously working day in and day out. So people find my stuff, they find my videos, and it goes on and on and on and on. Does that mean that I have to work on my business? Yes, because I continue to create new videos, new content, that sort of thing. But once I'm done doing it, it's there forever, right? It doesn't disappear from the internet. My job is to make sure that the videos that I create are top notch, they're really, really good, that my people like it, and my customers find my videos. That's the most important thing. If people can't find your stuff, it doesn't matter how amazing it is, nobody's gonna watch it. Does that make sense, right? So an online business, it allows you to create several leverage points, right? Which is completely impossible in a brick and mortar business, which is why brick and mortar business is just it's a very outdated business model, right? So again, what you do is you build an online business using that investment pool that you've created, okay? Now, by doing that, what you're able to do is you're able to upscale and leverage your income. You can multiply your income, okay? So let's just say your income from your job is $5,000 per month. Hopefully your goal, first of all, is to get to your, basic income, all right, $5,000. And then by scaling your traffic, scaling your content, scaling your business, you can get that up slowly to 10, and then 20, 15, and then 20, and then 25, and then 30. And then eventually, once you're comfortable, you can quit your job and you can work on your business full time. So that's the first and the second step, right? But right now you're still not that wealthy. You're probably much more comfortable than a lot of people out there, right? But maybe I wouldn't say that you're extremely wealthy yet, okay? So what you want to do now is, now you've got a business where you're leveraging income. Yes, you still have to work on it, of course, because that's how businesses work. You can't completely take your foot off the gas. You still need to work in your business or work on your business, right? But now you've got a lot of additional money, right? Now you're paying for all your basic stuff. You're paying for your rent. You're able to, go on holiday. Maybe you buy some of the nice things that you want, the nice toys like that sports car, and maybe you buy, a nice home for your mom and dad and all that stuff. You send your kids to the best schools, and you probably have extra money that you can save, right? Now, what are you going to do with that extra money? Well, instead of just putting it in your bank account, now you want to take the third step, and this is how a lot of people make a lot of money, is you invest that money, okay? Now, where do you invest that money, right? So that's the question. Well, there's a lot of different things that you can do, okay? And the advice that I want to give you is you must invest in multiple asset classes, all right? That's the best way to do it. So don't just invest in one thing, invest in multiple things. And the reason why you want to do that is because you want to spread your risk, okay? You want to spread your risk. Don't put your eggs in one basket. I'm sure you've heard that before, right? Because if you put all your eggs in one basket, if something was to happen to that particular asset class, well, then you're screwed, right? You're going to lose a lot of your investments. So what you want to do instead is you want to spread it out across a few different asset classes. I'll give you some ideas, some really, really good ones that you can use. Obviously, a basic one is stocks and shares, okay? But not just any stocks or shares, right? I would invest in something called an index fund, okay? I'm not gonna cover it in today's video, but if you wanna research this, check out what an index fund is, okay? And what you wanna do with indexed funds, and the reason why index funds are so good is because the cost is very low. Okay, so you're not going to be charged those high mutual fund rates that a lot of brokers charge, like 2, 3, 4%, that will just eat away at your returns. What you want to do is you want to invest in an index fund, which basically covers most of the blue chip stocks across all the different industries, across all different companies, countries. They're really, really good, and they're very low cost because they don't have those high hidden fees. Okay, so index funds is one thing. Crypto is another. Definitely want to get into crypto. I wouldn't put all my money into cryptocurrencies, but the way it's going right now, especially if you've got a long-term view, a middle to long-term view, and when I say mid to long-term, I'm talking 5 to 10 years. Okay, if you're trying to get into crypto, you know, for 6 months and you want to pull your money out, I wouldn't do that. Okay, we're talking about building wealth, right? We're talking about building a legacy. So you want to build for at least 5 to 10 years. Another one that you can check out, obviously, is property investments. You can even look at REITs, R-E-I-T-S. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Okay, that is a stock associated with property, with property portfolios. Okay, you can invest a little bit in gold. You can invest in bonds, which are really good. Bonds are low risk, right? Low risk financial instruments, roughly about 4 to 5% per year. Okay, if you can get a good bond, it might be slightly higher, 6 to 7%. But those are some of the investments that you want to invest in, right? So you can see this, the transition. Step number 1, you have a job that pays you money, it covers all your basic stuff, but it allows you to build your future fund. Okay, keep that going for as long as you can. Then you take your future fund, you invest in a business, because having a business is the only way that you can scale your income, right? By 5 times, by 6 times, by 7 times, by 10 times, right? Once you get your business going and you're successful, you want to then take the extra money from your business. Okay, after you've saved and you've paid for stuff and you've enjoyed a little bit, you want to take that extra money and you want to invest. Okay, you want to invest in property, you want to invest in index funds, shares, stocks, cryptocurrency, gold, bonds. This is how you really grow your wealth tremendously, all right? And you want to keep doing that consistently, all right? Remember that building wealth is a long-term thing. You're not going to become wealthy overnight, all right? If you look at the biggest, you know, richest people, your Warren Buffetts of the world. I mean, Warren Buffett is a long-term investor. He didn't earn his wealth in 1 year, right? It took him years with an S to build his wealth. Okay, and so if you want to do this properly, you got to be really disciplined. Okay, it's not a wham bam thank you ma'am. It's not a, you know, push button, you know, push this button and I'm gonna become wealthy. No. It's a practiced, slow, deliberate, consistent action that you must take over a long period of time that actually gets you these results. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So that's it. That's really the formula, guys. It's actually a really, really simple formula, all right? But the thing is that most people don't really action this stuff, all right? So first of all, let me know what you thought of this video. Does that make sense, right? Does that sort of help you to clarify a little bit how how people actually generate wealth? This is really the formula, okay? This is what most people do. People don't jump from 0 to the 3rd step. It's impossible, because in order for you to invest money, you need to make money, right? In order for you to make a lot of money, you need to have either a really, really high paying job, which most people don't have, okay? Or you need to have some sort of business, right? That's the only way. Otherwise, you're some rich kid that, you know, is on a trust fund. Then maybe, you know, take your trust fund and invest that money. But I'm pretty sure that most of you guys that are watching this video right now are not a trust fund kid, right? So if you're not a trust fund kid, then these are really the steps that you have to take. Get a good job, work hard, save that money, build a business. Once that business is successful, invest that money. Okay, and it's like a circle, and you just keep doing that, you keep doing that, you keep doing that. You eventually get out of your job, and then you just do number 2 and number 3. You know, you just keep doing that on and on and on and on, and that's how you build and amass your wealth. Okay, and once you get big enough, if you want to sell your company, then obviously that's the next step, right? But I think that if you just stick to these 3, you'll be really, really good and really comfortable. Okay, so let me know what you thought of this video. Okay, did this give you some ideas? Did it kind of, you know, clarify a lot of the questions that you have in your head about how people generate a lot of wealth, right? If you enjoyed this video, would really, really appreciate a thumbs up, guys. And also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, but you want to subscribe, okay, and you want to get more information like this, I'm always talking about ways to better yourself, okay, ways to improve your situation, ways to build a successful online business specifically, okay, how to really get ahead in life, all right? And if you want to find out how to do this stuff, okay, so if you're thinking, all right, well, now I understand how to build wealth, I understand that I need a job. Unfortunately, I can't help you with that. You know, you're gonna have to help yourself with that, right? Get yourself a job. But hey, listen, if you want to take the next step, right? You understand that, okay, my next step is I need to start a business, right? I need to start an online business. I need to leverage tools. I need to leverage technology. I need to leverage the internet so I can sell to pretty much anyone in the world. How do I do that, Aaron? Right? So if you want to learn how to do that, all you have to do, very simple, is you just click on the link right below this video. It's going to lead you to my website. You need to enter your best email address, and then I'm going to send you some information that's going to teach you how to get started if that's what you really want to do. Okay, I'm going to send you some information that will teach you exactly how to start your own online business and how to learn and grow it, and then eventually get really, really wealthy, because that's the plan, right? Listen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Click on the link below if that's what you want to do, and I'll speak to you very, very soon on another video. Take care. All the best.